Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Juliette Jeffers, and I am the curator of Black Voices at the White Fire Theater. I'm also a solo show artist, and I help people develop their own solo shows. And so I've had two solo shows that I've performed at the White Fire thus far during this pandemic. So I've live streamed my shows, and I just wanted to share with you a couple of things that I have learned along the way. So when you live stream a solo show, it's pretty much the perfect combination of theater and film. So if you're talking directly to the audience, right, you will talk to them through the camera, right? Through that little hole, you're talking to them that way. If you are in a scene with someone else within the confines of your solo show, then you would look directly to the left or to the right of the camera. So it'll be sort of like this. You're looking off camera a little bit when you're talking to someone in a scene. You look this way, you're talking to someone in a scene. If you're doing a scene with someone else and you turn this way, I mean, sometimes it might work if there isn't a camera involved and you're doing it in a traditional way, in a traditional theater. But if you look this way, then they're just going to lose too much of your face. And that's why it's sort of best to do an angle this way and an angle this way, as opposed to like this and like this. So in that way, it's similar to film, where like if you're shooting your close-up, then usually the person that you're in the scene with, they will be off camera, like right to the left. And you can use moving forward and moving back as an option as well. So if you wanted to move forward to make a point, right, you can get really close to the camera like that, or you can bring it back. And usually there's a limit in terms of how far out you can go, right? So it's usually sort of like the closer you get to the camera, the less room you have to go left and right, the further you move back. So it kind of goes like a triangle. The further you move back, the more space you have. But at the same time, you do not have the whole theater to play with. So it's a small space that you're playing with. And they're usually, at least at the White Fire, there will be markings on the floor to let you know when you're out of frame. The camera that they use, it can zoom in and it can zoom out, but it doesn't pan. So it's not like it's going to follow you all over the stage, right? So if you move this way, make sure that you're always sort of like in contact with the camera, which is your audience. So if you can move back and forth like this, but always sort of like, especially like if you're talking to the audience, have contact with them, but you can still move. You don't have to stand still the whole time. You can still move, but sort of like, check in with them a little bit as you're moving across the stage, right? Like that. It is definitely a new medium, but it is what's happening right now, and probably going to be using this for a long time to come. So it's an adjustment, but it is completely doable. And of course, it's a little bit strange if you are performing to no audience in the actual theater. So you just have to get used to that little circle, that little circle in the camera being your friend. The camera is your friend. And know that your people are checking you out and are there and supporting you through the camera. So it's a different feel, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth trying something new, right? And we're not able to work during this time in a lot of other areas in this industry. So it's great that we have this ability to sort of shift with the time, right? And still be able to create and perform and make money. Like you can make money from doing your show via live stream, and there's so many more people that can see your show. So that's the other thing that's great. If you have family and friends in other states and countries, they get to see you. So I'm definitely for it. At the White Fire Theater, they have, after Black Voices, there's going to be Stream Fest that's happening. And so if you have a solo show and you are interested in performing, please definitely submit and jump on to the new way of doing things. All right. Best of luck with everything.